Margaret coldly holding a shoebox, narrowing her eyes. Emily, you're the one tearing this family apart, don't pretend otherwise. I looked at her steadily and took the shoebox carefully. Thank you, but these shoes are too small. Lily can't wear them. She raised an eyebrow, smirk sharp and deliberate. Then just keep them. Children grow eventually. You'll see, you always think you know better than everyone. Daniel stepped forward, his voice tense. Mom, please don't start, not today. Margaret ignored him completely, eyes locking on me. Do you know what I saw today? Someone shared a video in the church group. The pastor said the devil makes wives doubt their husbands and drives children away from their parents. You call it boundaries and healing, but it's all temptation, and you, Emily, are leading the way. You are the poison. I tilted my head, slightly calm but firm. So you really believe that the devil made Daniel and me lose our trust in you, that somehow we're puppets of shadows? Her lips twisted into a sharp laugh. Trust? You think he trusts you? Or that I trust you? You're blind, Emily. You take everything, my son, my grandchildren, and give nothing but resistance. In return, you're destroying what we've built over decades. I let out a quiet laugh, holding my ground. I've been surviving under your rules for 7 years. Every gift, every smile, every word, you've used them as chains. You've tested me, humiliated me, treated me like a shadow in your house. Daniel's jaw tightened, hands clenching. Mom, stop, please. You're hurting everyone. Margaret turned to him sharply. Don't lecture me, Daniel. You've always been too weak to see the truth. Emily manipulates him. She manipulates the children. She poisons everything, turning love into fear. I lifted my chin, meeting her gaze. If raising boundaries and protecting my child is manipulation, then maybe you've misunderstood everything about love. Maybe protecting your family isn't what you think it is. She scoffed, voice rising. Misunderstood? No, Emily, you're the blind one here. You plant seeds of rebellion. You destroy unity. You are the reason Daniel doubts me, the reason Lily doesn't see her grandmother as she should. I smiled faintly, voice calm but cutting. If Daniel doubts you now, it's because I've finally shown him reality. And as for Lily, she sees everything clearly. She'll grow up learning honesty, not fear and control. Margaret's eyes narrowed, rage barely contained. You think you're clever, you think your so-called honesty gives you power, but you're just a child playing with fire. You'll regret this. I leaned slightly forward, voice steady and cold. The only regret here will be yours, Margaret, because everyone who matters will see you as you truly are. Daniel swallowed, hesitated, and then whispered, Emily. I ignored him, keeping my focus on Margaret. You've spent years controlling, manipulating, and pretending, but control only works until the truth shows up. Her voice shook with fury. You will never humiliate me, never. I am respected, loved, admired. People believe in me, and you will be the one who falls alone. I leaned back slightly, voice soft but firm. Respect built on fear and lies is no respect at all. Admiration for a mask is meaningless, and love forced through fear is not love, it's slavery. Margaret tossed the shoebox onto the coffee table with force. Do you hear me? You will pay for this. You'll see. You cannot destroy me. I barely reacted. I'm not trying to destroy you. I'm showing you to the world as you've shown yourself. That night I sat on my bed, the warm lamp casting soft light across stacks of Bill's photos and notes. 7 years, every act of her care had hidden blades, every gathering, every gift, every comment carefully calculated to keep me uncertain, doubting myself, second-guessing every move. I whispered, almost under my breath, finally, I see you, finally your true face is clear. I've spent years working in public relations, shaping stories, managing perceptions, and controlling narratives. That night, I realized it was time to use those skills for truth, for justice, time to show Margaret to the world as she is. A few days later, I met Julia at a quiet cafe. She slid a folder across the table. All the Bill's photos, charity records, they're all organized, she said, voice low. I picked up the folder, flipping through it carefully. Perfect, no exaggeration, no fabrication, just the facts. Julia leaned in, whispering, "Are you sure about this, Emily? She's powerful in the community. People respect her deeply. This could ruin everything for her." I looked her directly in the eyes. Power built on lies is fragile. The truth will stand. People deserve to see who she really is. Julia hesitated. "And Daniel, are you worried about how he'll react?" I shook my head. "Daniel needs to see the truth for himself. I won't hurt him. I'm protecting him and the children. That's all that matters." The story ran that Monday morning. The community was shocked. The headline screamed, "Between charity and deception, the double life of a community mother." Every photo, every bill clearly displayed the years of hidden manipulation. Margaret's carefully curated image crumbled. Hours later, she appeared at our door, pale, eyes blazing with fury. "You ruined me," she shouted. "Do you understand how many years I've spent building this reputation, how much I've done for everyone?" I met her gaze calmly. "You ruined yourself, Margaret. I only brought your hidden side into the sunlight." She stepped closer, trying to grab my wrist. I stepped aside effortlessly. "Do you think this makes you the victor? Daniel will hate you for this." I shook my head slowly, voice measured. "No, he just finally sees who's been using love as a weapon. You've controlled him for years, but not anymore." She staggered back, disbelief cracking her voice. "The devil will never find redemption." I whispered gently, "No, I just refuse to be your follower anymore." Her heels clicked sharply on the tile, echoing through the apartment, each step like a pendulum counting down years of lies and oppression. Weeks later, I took Lily to the park. She wore her new sneakers, the ones I bought myself, perfect fit, her name spelled correctly. She laughed as she glided along, determination lighting her little face. I steadied her gently. "Balance yourself, Lily, take it slow." She giggled, pure joy in her voice. "I can do it, Mommy." Daniel had moved into a new apartment away from Margaret's house. That day, I realized this freedom wasn't about forgiveness. It wasn't about closure. It was about refusing to stay silent, reclaiming our lives. I looked up at sunlight filtering through the trees, taking a deep, steady breath. Sometimes justice isn't given by God. It comes when you dare to show the truth, when you refuse to hide from reality. The wind rustled through the leaves, carrying away years of oppression, and for the first time in a long time, I breathed freely, truly, deeply freely.